that, you know what, you have to be blind. Crazy crap's not going on.
Yes.
Altered reality. Like, what's altered reality? What I say, not what I say.
Right. Thank you.
We're here to protest the fact that the Republicans have brought Joe Arpaio to the Valley. He's known to have abused people of color under the cover of law enforcement. He's a convicted criminal for that reason, for racially profiling people in his area. And the fact that it just astounds us that the Republicans would choose him as the person they most want to honor and bring him here to our community that's such a diverse community. It's unfathomable to us. We don't want to be here, but this can't go unanswered.
I'm out here protesting for a laundry list of reasons. One is Arpaio should have never, ever been allowed to go free, part one. The idea that racism is okay and discrimination is okay to practice is wrong. It's been my experience that there's good people and then there's bad people. There's people that are intelligent and people that aren't educated or they're not intelligent. So whatever they believe, it's really sad. It's really sad that they have to go ahead and impose oppression, impose racism on other human beings. That's not the way anybody should be treated. They are not. There's no one person better than another. You know. So, with all that in mind, it's not right.
I'm here protesting, exercising my First Amendment rights that I defend in the United States Navy. I'm here protesting against a man who the Fresno Republican Party has come here to honor. A man who definitely violated the Constitution, who was profiling my community just because of the color of their skin. That's why I'm out here. And I'm out here to say it in a peaceful manner because ultimately hate doesn't go anyplace. Hate combobulates the mind. So what we're trying to do is just come here, peacefully protest, and to tell folks that guess what? That your silence on the Republican Party from David Valadao, from Devin Nunes, and from Kevin McCarthy, okay, have said nothing. So when you're in silence, guess what? You're promoting his hate, you're promoting his bigotry, and you're promoting this upon the leadership of the Fresno Republican Party.
That's right.
Well, I'm out here to respect the First Amendment. You know, I'm a prosecutor and we're sworn to uphold the highest of ethical standards, and one of the things that we abide by is the rule of law, and we have Joe Arpaio here today. He's really a disgraceful figure in American politics. He's very divisive. He fails to follow the rule of law. He's been convicted of racially profiling minorities. So I'm out here for all of those reasons. I really want to be here with my fellow citizens here to really take a stand and stand up for what's right.
You know, this is a rare opportunity, which is a sad thing, for those of us from communities that have really been really seen this as a sign of oppression, to lift our voice and to, in a peaceful way, it's loud but it's peaceful, to say that this does not represent us. What the Fresno GOP is doing right now and bringing Arpaio here does not represent us. You know, we are trying to strive to bring this community together, and I applaud a lot of our Republican leaders who have even distanced themselves from this and remained quiet and silent on it. That is just as powerful as people coming in here and being a little bit more vocal about it. But when you see something that's gaining a lot of attention like this, and you know it's not the right thing, Arpaio is a criminal, and he's been accused, and he's actually, you know, he's been racially profiling people, and there's no other way to say it. And to have the Fresno GOP at this time bring this here to divide people when we know we should be uniting people is the exact opposite of what this valley needs right now. So I'm here to stand in solidarity, you know, with them. en solidaridad así con nuestra comunidad, especialmente con la comunidad latina, pero no solamente la comunidad latina, sino toda la comunidad acá en el Valle Central. El ex alguacil Arpaio de Maricopa, se causa una división entre el pueblo acá, para mostrar acá con todas las voces y toda la gente presente, para decir y para declarar y clamar que no somos así ni por ser demócratas, ni republicanos, ni políticos, ni nada, que somos seres humanos acá de una buena voluntad y que somos más que Arpaio y el GOP acá de Fresno se representa.
Yo nací y crecí en México. Yo llegué aquí a la edad de 17 años. Me hice ciudadano en el 2003 y yo no participé en el proceso electoral hasta que entró Obama, porque perdí la economía, me declaré en bancarrota. Hubo muchos problemas económicos en nuestras comunidades, en mi comunidad más que nada. Y entonces cuando llega Trump, él empieza a hablar de que va a arreglar la economía y va a traer más trabajos. Entonces a mí, yo escucho eso y me interesa. Y desde entonces empecé a apoyar a Trump. Creé una organización que se llama Latinos para Trump. Y estoy aquí siguiendo la lucha.
I think that the due process should have been allowed to continue with Joe Arpaio. Donald Trump interfered with the due process. The sentencing hadn't even been done yet, and he just stepped in and put this pardon. He was pardoning somebody that ran what he called a concentration camp. People died in that prison. And Donald Trump was showing disrespect for the people that died, for the massive numbers of immigrants, not just undocumented, but with papers as well, because he didn't always check to see before he started locking people up. He would just lock them up, and then he would find out the information afterwards. And that, at that point, people had been in that unconscionable jail for maybe days or weeks, and that's just not okay.
I'm out here protesting because I think it's an insult and a disgrace that they bring the sheriff, a known criminal, doesn't honor the Constitution. He profiles, which is racism. And here the GOP has been saying for many years that they're not racist. And here they bring him, and that's all he stands for. He says he's doing his job, but as far as I know, profiling Latinos, letting people just for the color of skin is not police work. It's not abiding by the law. You're just singling them out, and that's basically why I'm here. And it is a slap in the face for this community, being so much Hispanics in this area, that they would bring him here. Of all people, they would bring him. And now you see some of his supporters, they're proud of it, which is absolutely amazing. They're proud of the racism. You know? So and some of them are minorities themselves. So that's why I'm here.
The reason I'm protesting is because Sheriff Joe stands for racism and hatred, and there's absolutely no room for that in this country. We have every right to be here, minorities. I myself was born here, and racial profiling is absolutely illegal. He was proven guilty in court, and the only reason he won't serve a sentence is because, unfortunately, the current commander-in-chief doesn't seem to stand up for minorities the way he has spoken up for white supremacists in recent events. And so I'm just here because I believe in this country. I do not believe in racism, and so I am here to stand up for a fair and for a wonderful America that I was born and raised in and grew up in. I love this country, and I would hate to see it go toward hatred and racism, which seems to be that's the way a lot of people are going, and I'm fighting to save the country. We need more love.
The folks that are here wearing masks, they're not even part of that.
he should be in prison for violating the civil rights of many people. I've already been told here, standing on this side, to go on the other side. They've always told me go back. I've never had to go back. This is my land. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to let them push people back.
I'm really hating all this separation, actually. If you want to know the truth, that's the truth. Now, if Obama hadn't targeted Sheriff Joe, we wouldn't be having an issue. Sheriff Joe was before a liberal judge, so how do you think the liberal judge is going to rule against Arpaio? So, that, you know, and for Trump to pardon him, great, great job.
Do you understand what illegal detention is?
And they got let go.
Do you understand?
They weren't held.
Tell me what the definition of
They weren't
illegal.
held.
You don't know shit, then.
Everyone can get falsely arrested and then released.
I'm not saying arrested, pendejo. I'm saying detention.
Yeah, that's not arrested. What I'm saying is even worse than what you're saying. And you're acting like it's a big deal.
Detention is very separate from arrest.
Yeah.
Well, go fucking.
If you got detained, you're not even on record then. They just let you go. I see a lot of communists on that side. Communists and brown supremacists. That is kind of surprising. Usually they're communists, but they won't openly say that they're communists. They'll try to hide it. Also, I guess there's some like Antifa, like some like amateur Antifa around here. So there's Antifa, those are fascists. You got communists, and then you got brown supremacists on that side. And then on this side, you have a lot of just pro-Trump, pro-American Trump supporters. So that's kind of what I see so far. They're also, I think, I haven't talked to them, but I think the people with the colors down there, I think those are just like a bunch of libtards, basically.
Criminal. Yeah. By any means necessary, it's criminal. Brown berets. You guys are just communists. I haven't seen you be criminal. Antifa. 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 You're criminal. You're criminal. He's a racist. He's against Mexican. He's not.
No?
He's against Mexican.
We talked about it. Okay, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you one question. Okay, so then if you have a DEA, like the Drug Enforcement Agency, right? Are they against drug dealers?
Yes.
Okay, so they're doing their job, right?
No.
They don't do their job when they arrest them.
Listen,
so DEA, I'm asking you, does DEA do their job? What about Vice? Hold on, what does Vice? Okay, but he's upholding the law. It is his job. It is his job. How is that? How do you break the law? How do you break the law?
The judge told him not to profile people because of the stereotypes, and he didn't obey. He's still taking every profile because he saw somebody who is Mexican, take it to jail, and he broke the law.
Were they breaking the law?
Eh?
Were they breaking the law?
This is not the point.
Were they breaking?
No, but the point is.
That's not the point.
No, the point is he broke the law when the judge says don't do that.
Okay, so when a police officer, when our law enforcement,
again, listen. He should be in jail for 6 months.
Okay,
because he supports Donald Trump. He's free. That's not fair.
Well, I'm actually Joe Arpaio, and I was wrongly pardoned. I intend to appeal my pardon.
I lived in Arizona for 19 years, and I knew Sheriff Arpaio when he was there. That's where most of his racism was always handled at the prison right there in Phoenix, or outside of Phoenix. Anyway, so I'm here to protest his meeting here today. There are people that are aware of what the intentions are. Like, they say that Trump's an idiot. I mean, they are idiots, but they have intentions, and their intentions are to create divisiveness. My daughter called it a white lash. Instead of a backlash, sense, it's a white lash. This is a white effort to try and bring the old rationale of why this country came together in the first place. What brought this country together? I mean, it was founded on racism. It's always been founded on religious persecution, so that's where it's at. It's based on religious persecution. It's based on racism. It's always been based on racism. There's no difference between Ronald Reagan and George Washington. There's no difference between Cortez and Trump. There's no difference. It's all the same. It's all based on the same racism that's always been there.
Yes. You need some support. Yeah. Our sisters.
I'm protesting the acceptance of racism, of discrimination. I'm protesting all of this bad stuff that's across the street over here. Okay, so if we want to take a pen, come follow me this quick. If you look over here on the wall right here, we all know this is about Arpaio. See, that's a monster there. My wife actually never really heard of him, and I made her watch the video last night, and she couldn't finish the video. So I'm out here to let everyone know, to be a part of this big group right here. Here in Fresno, we do not accept racism. Here in Fresno, we don't accept this stuff. All right, that's why this side of the street is full of people. On that side of the street, there's a couple of stragglers. So in Fresno, we don't accept it, and we are all appalled with Arpaio coming here. Our mayor didn't want to be here. Our sheriff didn't want to be here. Other councilmen didn't want to be here. So we have no idea why Arpaio is here. That's why I'm here, is to show the disgust that I have for that monster. Okay? Racism not accepted.
I believe in this country. I believe. Then we agreed on something, don't we? We agree on something. So now why am I an Nazi? Why am I a Nazi? What are you yelling about? Because you called me a Nazi, brother. Why am I a Nazi? Because you said I had Nazi symbols. You cleared me out as Nazi. You were racist. You are racist. You are racist because I'm white. You perceive me as white.
My mom is white.
Yeah, well, you perceive you.
My mom is a white
American.
You got a mouth on you. You
and my grandfather is an American Indian. So what?
I don't believe you. Anyway, so
I know you don't.
Yeah, there's no reason I need to believe you, but that's not the point.
I don't believe you're a citizen either.
Watch your language, man. Watch your language. What you gonna do? Take him home. You're gonna hit me in front of your kid, dude?
Well, my grandson laid down. He was tired, and these people thought something was wrong with him, but I'm not worried about them. So I don't know. I'm not even concerned about them.
Did they offer to help you?
Oh no, not to help me. No. I guess they didn't like the idea that kids are out here, but he wanted to be out here. He doesn't like what's going on. He doesn't like the president, and that's something he's come up with. I'm not trying to influence him, but he's smart enough to know the difference between right and wrong.
Man, it's out here in support of all these policies that have been taken in place by Trump Trump's administration, and more specifically, his pardoning of Sheriff Arpaio. The pardoning of Sheriff Arpaio for being a racist, for racial profiling in Latino communities is an obvious message sender. This isn't about raising money for the Fresno GOP. This is about sending a message to our communities that this is the way that you're going to be treated, and it's going to be okay because the President of the United States is going to pardon your behavior. And we're here to say that's not going to happen, and we're not going to let that happen. And we're going to make a strong political opposition, and 2018 should be a good setup for 2020 for sure.
And a neck race too. Yeah, he hasn't been walking that much today.
I think I'm a punk. Yeah. I think you're a racist piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
That's all right.
All right.
That's the great thing about this country. We can all think these different ways, man. It's all the great thing about this country.
But you think it shouldn't be allowed to carry a communist flag, right?
I don't think so. I just stand against communism. I have that right to carry that flag. And I have the right to say that I don't like it.
Well, I'm not a communist.
I served in the military and was trained to be against communism. Everything in my fiber says that communism is a bad thing. So what?
Well, I'm not a communist either. So.
Then I don't have a problem with it.
I'm an anarchist, so how do you feel on that?
Tenemos esto y más después de la pausa.
No lo queremos. George Washington said it best. That the political party.
And it's harder to talk, man.
George Washington said that the political party.
The news is here. I'm not going to hit this guy on the news.
He's pretty big, too.
I know, which is why you should realize. But
back to your country, boys.
Nobody's asking to get rid of anybody. We're supporting a sheriff, our Second Amendment and our First Amendment.
The red, the white, the blue. The red, the blood you spilled. The white's the people it did, and the blue's the ocean you crossed. You need to go back.
Oh, exactly.
You need to go back.
They don't like
my
white people.
were here.
Dude, you're Spanish.
I wonder why the alt-right got created.
You're Spanish.
I wonder why the alt-right got created.
My parents from Deep Mexico, dude. Hey,
That's
go back.
racist.
Go back. Because I can walk where I came from. You guys go across the ocean.
I love Mexico.
Like I said, red, white, blue.
I love Mexico, dude.
Red's the blood you spilled.
All those Native American people.
The indigenous people.
Dude, you're
Go
from Europe.
back, you European trash. You're European trash.
They ain't no Native American.
We're all the same.
European trash.
Kind of Mexicans, okay? That means we want to be together. White people, Mexican people, American with us because we are together. Okay, we are the same. Okay, we are the same. No matter he's American, we don't hate white people. Okay, we don't hate white people.
Trump supporters are welcome here. How are you, David?
Good, good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm banned on Facebook, so I couldn't tell you.